Our childhood experiences can play a major role in our relationships today. Here to share more about attachment styles, we welcome back licensed professional counselor, podcast host, and author of Big Dating Energy, Jeff Guenther. It is so great to see you.
I'm happy to be back.
I think a lot of us have heard the term attachment styles before, but maybe we don't really know what it means or even what our own style is. So can you break down the basics for us?
Sure. An attachment style is based on how you connect in relationships. It's typically shaped by your childhood and how your parents cared for you. It influences your comfort with closeness, intimacy, and dependency.
Do people get kind of freaked out when they initially hear that because we have so little control over what happens to us as kids and little babies even?
Yeah, people do get freaked out about it sometimes, and that's very understandable. But the good thing is that as adults, when we learn about our attachment style and which one we are, we have control over how we want to influence it.
Okay, so there are four somewhat distinct ones. Can you maybe waffle between one or the other depending on maybe the season of your life?
Yeah, it's dependent on the season of your life, who you're in relationship with, how much stress you have, and based on like the experiences of all your past relationships.
That makes sense. So can you break down the exact four types for us?
Sure. So there's the secure attachment style, which everybody wishes they were.
Okay.
About they say about 40–45% of the population has a secure attachment style. They feel really comfortable in relationships. They enjoy having emotional connections. They also know how to set healthy boundaries. They're great. Although maybe a little boring to be with, a little predictable.
Not good for reality television, maybe.
No, there's no TV shows and movies based off as a secure attachment style, but we love to date them and be in relationships with them. And there's an anxious attachment style. About 25% or so of the population has an anxious attachment style. They are a little bit more needy in relationships. They want more emotional validation and reassurance. They might be a little scared all the time that they're going to be abandoned or broken up with. But you know what? They are the glue in relationships. They love to have emotional check-ins.
Okay.
So we like to see that. Good for them.
That's nice. Yeah.
And then there's the avoidant attachment style. They also want to be in relationships. It's about 25% of folks have an avoidant attachment style, but they maybe don't have the best emotional intelligence. They like to take space and really think about their feelings in order to express themselves. They are really good at setting boundaries, and we love that for them.
Okay, interesting.
And then maybe about 5% of the population has a disorganized attachment style. Which is they kind of show up as anxious and avoidant in relationships, and a lot of times they have some trauma or abuse in their childhood, so they really want to trust their partner, and then when they do trust their partner, they're like, oh no, are you going to hurt me?
That's
and they
scary.
back off. Yeah, it's scary. So they kind of go back and forth. They're a roller coaster. That's sometimes really fun.
Is it surprising or not at all that I would say, based on, I guess, different types of data, that maybe less than half of our population is that secure style that we're all going for?
Yeah, it's not that surprising.
Yeah.
Because it's really hard to be a very consistent, loving, comforting parent all the time.
Sure.
That's actually a pretty high bar to pass because there's work stress, there's your own mental health issues, and whoever you're dating, so it's tricky.
So what can we do if we've identified that maybe we're struggling with our attachment style, we want to make some changes and have a healthier status in our relationship?
Yeah. First step is usually to do some research about what kind of attachment style you have. There's tons of online quizzes out there that are usually pretty good. A popular book is called The Attached Book, where they talk about all the attachment styles, or you can read my book. I talk about that too. Once you get an understanding of what your attachment style is, then you're able to express to your partner what your needs are or why you're acting in a certain way. Your partner is able to be more empathetic with you, and you can probably do conflict better. I also encourage you to go to therapy.
Sure.
That's a really good way to
That can
start.
benefit a lot of us.
Yes, exactly.
Do you run into people who are completely in denial about their attachment style? I imagine it's hard to admit sometimes if you're struggling in a certain area.
Yeah, I feel like some of us don't really want to admit that we have a more insecure attachment style, like anxious, avoidant, or disorganized. but that's what makes you interesting. And we can all get to a more earned, secure attachment style.
Okay.
If you're more understanding and compassionate of what yours is, and you find a partner that wants to grow with you.
Well, and acknowledging the things that led you to that place, because if it does all start in childhood, it's not completely our fault how we ended up here.
It's not your fault at all, actually.
And then recognizing maybe your partner's attachment style too, that could help foster your connection more.
Totally, yes.
Okay.
And you take things a lot less personally when you know your partner's attachment style, that it's not you, it's just that mom didn't hug you enough or dad didn't play catch with you enough.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's all going to be okay.
It will be.
I always feel better after I talk to you.
Good.
Thank you so much for stopping by. It was so great to see you. Jeff's book again is Big Dating Energy. We'll have more information on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.